Good morning, and if you are on this video, welcome to our YouTube channel for Arrow Title Services. If you're visiting this, you are looking for Facebook for Realtors. This is a class that was recorded that we hosted with the Martin County Realtors of the Treasure Coast, and this is the replay of that video class. So we hope that you guys get value from this. Since this is not a live class for you to rewatch, please do leave a comment if you have any questions or anything that we can help you with. Alrighty, so thank you guys for attending the Facebook for Realtors hosted by Arrow Title Services and Martin County Realtors of the Treasure Coast. I love doing these classes for MCRTC. It's been great to educate you guys on some social media title aspects as well. And we've been doing these for quite a while, so I'm excited to talk about Facebook because I feel like Facebook has really done some changes that a lot of people haven't been very comfortable with, and I think that a lot of times people think the wrong thing when it comes to Facebook. So I'm excited to delve into this with you guys. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Lucie McGuire. I am the Business Development Officer for Arrow Title Services. I am born and raised right here in Martin County, went to Jensen Beach Elementary, Jensen Beach High School, Stewart Middle School, all of that jazz. And it's been really cool to be involved in the real estate world and learn all about those moving parts there. So I have done a lot with social media. I run the social media for Arrow Title Services, as well as, all of the marketing that we do here. I also have my own personal page, The Traveling Lucie. I have I run the page for my nonprofit. Like, I run a bunch of different social media pages. So I've seen it across a bunch of different platforms. And I also help all of my clients with their social media and branding to make sure that they're getting across in the way that they intend to. So it's very multifaceted. As I was just saying with you guys earlier, I think a lot of times people get confused on where to start or how to kind of get across what they're trying to portray over social media. So hopefully this will give you an insight onto where to start and kind of how to navigate it a little bit better. And we do have our other classes on our YouTube channel as well. So the biggest thing that I've been, and if you've been in my classes before, I know a couple of you have, the one thing that I always started off with is a quote that's really impacted me in 2021. And I think that is the one thing in life that is constant is change. And I think more than ever, we have witnessed this due to the pandemic, but also in real estate, this is such a true quote. It's changing all the time. If you think about 20 years ago, what we had to do on the title side or what you had to do as a realtor, things are changing all the time. And we just had contract changes, a complete new contract that just came out in November. So things are changing all the time, and we have to continually learn in this industry. And social media is one of those things that, especially after the pandemic, has become where people's eyes are and an easy, free way to get in front of people's eyes. So I'm really excited to delve into that a little bit more with you guys today. If you haven't already, make sure that you guys go to our Facebook page, Arrow Title Services, like us, follow us on Instagram. We do a lot on there as well. And we do have the YouTube channel that I mentioned, that at Arrow Title Services. And I want you to keep in mind here, you see on all of these platforms, we're at Arrow Title Services. So you can find us very easily. This is something, number one tip for today is having all of your social media platforms have the consistent branding of the same username, at Arrow Title Services, at Nancy Johnson Realtor, whatever you pick for your branding, which we'll go over a little bit more later. So follow us there. And one thing, I'm not going to mention Instagram too much in this. I've done a lot of classes about Instagram, but I do want to make sure that you guys are aware that Facebook and Instagram can be linked. Most people do know this. Facebook does own Instagram, or technically Meta now owns Instagram and Facebook because that's the parent company name now. So they are trying to make it so that they are very communicative with one another. So this is actually in your favor because they communicate so well that you can actually save time by posting if you connect them, and then you're able to post to both. Now, there are some minor modifications that have to be done between those two, which is a whole nother conversation, but essentially you can save time. And that's honestly what I try to do for my clients and whoever I teach. And when I do these classes is I'm trying to save you guys time. I'm trying to tell you all of the things that you can do, but also doing it in an effective way that's going to make sense for your schedule. Because I think the number one thing that realtors really go wrong with social media is they create this huge elaborate social media plan, and then they're like, they don't have time to do it. And it's like, okay, that's not helping anyone. You have to integrate it into your day and what you're doing. So we'll talk about that a little bit more as we get into it. But I want to talk a little bit about why Facebook. Why do you need to have a Facebook business page? Why is it important? I think, and I've heard a lot lately, that people are opting out of the Facebook business page, and they tend to think that using their personal page that you have to have friends with and such, that's the way to go when branding yourself. I'm not saying that you should not post on your social, on your like your business, about your business on your personal page. That's not what I'm saying at all, but it needs to be directed from your business page, because your business page is a way that the internet and SEO, for search engine optimization, that's what SEO stands for. That is how you're found. That's how your information, your phone number, your email, information about your business, like where you're located, who you serve, all of that information is captured by your business page. And that's what they legitimately, like the internet, thinks of as you as an entity, as a business, because every realtor technically themselves is a business. You're an independent agent. Well, of course you have teams and such, but you know what I mean? So, when you get into the mentality of, there's some people who just utilize the personal, and they think that they're hitting more people because they're just adding all their friends and then posting on their personal page. There's something that's lost there, because I've had times where I personally have wanted to reach out to a realtor. There was something like I needed to connect them with someone. There was something that I needed to reach out to a realtor for. And I went, and this was a bigger realtor too. It wasn't even like someone new in the business who didn't have anything there. And I went to go and try and find her contact information. And I went to Facebook. First things first, because I'm on Facebook all the time, always. And a lot of people are. I went to Facebook and I tried to search her name and her business page. She didn't have a business page. So I tried going to her personal page. When people post about their business on their personal page, what they're not doing a lot of times is like posting their phone number, posting their email, or whatever it might be, or attaching the important information for people to contact you. And you might think, oh, well, I could just add that to each post, but it's not being engaged with the same way. And you're limiting yourself to those friends that you're creating, like whoever you're adding on your Facebook page. You have to filter that through. Whereas anybody on the internet could find you, or your page could be suggested to someone who's just looking at a similar page. So there's a lot of reasons from the search engine optimization side of things, but also for people to be able to find you easily. And we all know in the real estate world, it's very important. If you make it hard for them to find you, it's not going to help you. It's going to make it worse. You have to make it as easy as possible for them to talk to you. So it helps clients find you and contact you easier. It's a content resource for your clients as well. And it's a way for you to build trust with your clients, because we all know that they have to know, like, and trust you. And if they don't have those three things, then you're not getting your business from them. And this is essentially what people want to do at the end of the day when it comes to social media, is if they meet you on the street and they don't know you, and then they take your card or whatever it might be, they're going to go to the internet. That is just a plain fact nowadays. They're going to go to the internet and they're going to look you up, and whatever they find, that's them trying to get to know you without getting to know you. So what you control is what they see. And a lot of times, and we're going to get into this too, is a lot of times people will only post about real estate. So every realtor should be able to sell a house, right? So every realtor can sell a house. They expect you to be able to sell a house. So if all they see is houses, you posting just sold, just listed, whatever, they'll be like, okay, good. Like they do business. That's good. But there's nothing connecting them to you. So I really try and engage people in trying to get something that makes sense for them and who they're speaking to and their audience, and like trying to relate to them in that way. So Facebook is so good for that. All of the social media platforms are, because you're giving a piece of yourself and they're learning about you. And what to expect from you, and learning your personality. Because we all know that not everybody, not everybody's going to like me. Not everybody's going to like you. And that's okay. We don't expect them to. But that means that we have those people that would like us. We have to give them a reason why they do like us, or why they would like us in that moment. So there's a lot there. And I want to give you an example really quick so when you're posting to a business page, and you know how you can post to a business page and then you can share that content onto your personal page, right? So when you post onto a business page, that is the original content of that business page. So when you share that, which I recommend you sharing, you can share to other groups, or you can share to your personal page. When you do that, when anybody does that, whenever anybody shares content, it shows up on the page. And then when you hover over that name, because you'll be able to see where the original post is, and this is why it's important for it to be your business page, you'll see the original post. And if you just hover over this, you don't even have to click it. If you hover over this, it will bring up, oh, this is a nonprofit organization. Oh, this is their little blurb, and this is their website. And these are all click through. So right there is an opportunity. Like if someone's sharing your post from your business page, then if they hover over your name, they're going to get your contact information, which is not what you would get if you posted on your personal page and someone shared your personal page. They're not getting your contact information. This isn't coming up. They don't know that you're a realtor, or well, they'll know you're a realtor, but you know what I mean? Like this will show as real estate agent. It just makes it very clear who you're talking to in the organization. And it makes you look more organized as a person too, to have a business page that's solidified there. So I did want to just show this because I think that a lot of times, again, it's just another thing, nail in the coffin as to why it's important to post on a business page and make that original content on your business page, and then share from your business page out to other, whether it's a group, whether it's your personal page, have your friends share it, whatever it might be. But the original content is being made on your page. That's the important part, and that's the engaged part. So really quick, before I move on, because there's a couple things I want to make sure that you guys have done with your pages, but who doesn't have a Facebook page already? Like if you don't have a Facebook business page, is there anyone who doesn't have one? We all got something started. All right. How confident are you guys? Like, are they pages that you guys are managing, or are they like a lot? Like, are you putting regular things up there? Have you gone through all of the different aspects of it? Or is it kind of just like a ghost page right now? You're not really using it. Can some of you just throw in the comments or in the chat where the status of your page is right now? So I have a better idea. Or you can just say it. You can talk if you want.
Okay, so I try to post on my page. When I was really good at it, I did it every day. Okay. But now I'm more sporadic about it, which I don't love.
Okay. And that's on your business page, right?
Correct.
And then you're on your business page. Is it just real estate stuff, or is there any share?
No, I always tried to go with the 10-to-1 rule.
Okay.
So I always tried to do 10 non-real estate posts to 1 real estate post. Lately I've been looking through mine now, and I mean, I try to post Florida pictures as much as I can. When I used to post every day, I would make a meme every single day on a Florida picture with a cute inspirational saying on it, like a different one.
Did you get engagement with that? Were people commenting and or no?
Sometimes I do try to share them. I do share them to my personal page as much as possible. We also have a group. I share it to those. So. Okay.
No worries. So things that I want to make sure that when starting a page, because there have been, and the reason I ask this is because I've had people ask me who haven't even started a business page and they've been in the business, or they've started it, but they don't know who started it for them. And I just want to make sure that when you guys are looking at your pages, that these key things are being filled out, that your page name, whatever your page name is, because I've seen some crazy page names and stuff like that, that it has your name in it for SEO. You want to make sure it has your name, the name that's on either on your business card or the name that people know you by, whatever you're branding yourself as, make sure it's consistent. Because I know there's some people who like use 3 names on their business card, and then like some people use 2, so just make sure it's consistent. It doesn't matter what it is. Consistency is important. And then if you wanted to make it simple, you can just say your name and then realtor, realtor. I know some people like put the Stewart Homes or whatever it might be. I think the simplicity of realtor in it is like the best way to go about it, because it's clear, it's your name and then realtor. I think sometimes I've seen some people have their branding just be like Stewart Homes or something, like Stewart, Florida, whatever it might be. And that can be very confusing for people, because if they don't see your name, we all know that it's a very personal relationship that you guys are having with these people. If you're not a brand like Arrow Title Services or Remax of Stewart, you're the face to your brand. So you need to make sure that there are 3 things: your face, your name, and your logo or your branding. Like those are the 3 things that people need to associate with you. Category, making sure that it says real estate agent. I've seen some funky things with that when going through people's categories, but that will help. Facebook, the more information you give to Facebook about what your page is about, the better it's able to connect you with the right people, but also making sure that people are able to search you. Your description, it is very short. There's not many characters that they allow you there, but doing facts about you, like, are you a local, born and raised in Martin County? Like, how long have you lived in the area? What resources can they expect from you? Are you giving gardening tips every single week? Is that something that they should expect on your page? Are you like showing them the best beaches around? Like, give them what they should expect from you. And that little description is kind of like you saw before when I said, if you go ahead and hover over the name of the business page, then that's what's going to pop up as your description. So make sure that that's branded to how you like it. Make sure that your profile picture is a professional headshot. I've seen a lot of people using like maybe their logo or whatever it might be. You need to make sure that they're going to recognize your face first, hopefully, if they've met you and whatever might be. And that's important to have. And always having updated headshots is great too. Just throwing that out there. So if you haven't invested in a headshot, it definitely is a great thing to invest in my opinion, and it lasts for a while. So, and your Facebook cover photo. So you want that to be branded with you. Your logo, you want your face in there somewhere as well. Your tagline and your branding, whatever that is, make sure that that's in there. I've seen that. Think of that as like that's a piece of real estate right there on your business page. The first thing when they go to your business page, they're going to see your profile picture, they're going to see your name, and they're going to see that big banner at the top. So use that. Whatever you're going to go through, if it's going to be branding, if you're more into like decorating, if you're into golf courses, make it relevant to what they can almost expect. So that if, like, for instance, let's say Marsh is a great golfer. I don't golf. I don't know how to golf, but let's say he's a golfer, and he consistently posts about golf courses. Like, he's golfing all the time. So he posts about golf courses and talks about the pluses and minuses of these golf courses and neighborhoods. Does it cost more to have a golf course in your neighborhood? Like, how much does it affect HOAs? Whatever it might be, that's like a whole thing that you can go into and create value for people. But like that branding, maybe he wants to include like a picture of a golf course, or like him and his name and brand and logo and stuff as his Facebook cover photo. That would be smart, so that when someone first glances at that profile, that page, they're gonna be like, oh, golf. Oh, okay, he likes golf. I like golf. I don't like golf, but if they like golf, So it's a way to be able to connect with them if it's something that's relatable, and it looks nice and professional as well. So make sure that that's on point with your branding. And then things to check that you want to do when you do go to your page. You're going to see on the left-hand side, if you're looking on a computer, that you can go to your edit page info, and that's going to bring up a bunch of different items that you can change. The username that I was talking about, I'm actually going to bring us to that page really quick so that you guys can see it. We're here. Actually, I'm gonna go through this and then I'll show you it. So the username, keeping that consistent, whether that's the username is different than your branding name. So the name like Mary Smith Realtor, like that can also be your username, but it does not have to be. So for instance, I know someone, her last name was Pham. And so she wanted to go, and her branding was Fantastic Realtor, which I think is cute because I'm super punny like that. But like, you know, that's the branding she wanted to go with. So that's fine. Her brand, like her name on her page was her name, Pham Realtor, but then her actual username was Fantastic Realtor, and it was that on all the platforms. So that's another way to brand yourself, but you need to make sure it's consistent because that's how people can find you. Your phone number, your email address, your address, make sure those are all up in there. Your website, your service areas. I don't know, sometimes people miss out on this part, is that there's a way to add all the service areas that you serve, whether it's Martin County. You can literally put Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Port Salerno, Port St. Lucie, Tradition, St. Lucie, what, like you can micro add all of those places, and then making sure that your Instagram is attached. So I'll go ahead and show you there. If you click on, this is a newer page that I just created. So you'll see, okay, here you have your name and then you have your username. So name being Real Social, username Real Social Coach. So this page would have all of the different platforms being Real Social Coach, like Instagram. And if you're going to have TikTok, if you're going to have YouTube. And what this username is, I don't know if, I feel like some people miss this when they're thinking about a username, is that this is, if I put in facebook.com/Real Social Coach, it will bring me directly to this page. If I do that for Arrow Title Services, facebook.com/Arrow Title Services, it will bring us directly to our Facebook page. So that's what the username is. Same thing for Instagram. If you're posting, if the username, that doesn't have to be your actual name, but if your username is Real Social Coach or Nancy Johnson Realtor, then when you go to Instagram.com/ in the address bar, Nancy Johnson Realtor, your Instagram page will pop up. It's your direct link. So that's why it's important to have your Facebook, your Instagram, your YouTube, all the different platforms, your LinkedIn business page, all of those to be the same, so that when you're on your, like if you're on your business card or whatever, and you're planning your business cards, you can put at Arrow Title Services, at Nancy Johnson Realtor, and then they can search that, and then they're able to find you on all your platforms easily, rather than I've seen people have like Nancy J Realtor and then like Nancy Johnson Fun Realtor, whatever. They're like completely different. And then people, it's hard branding wise, and you want people to be easily able to find you. And you want to easily remember too, I forget things really easily. So like, I'll be like, oh yeah, what's the different thing or whatever. So then there's your description, your category. You can put the real estate agent will come right up there. So, which you just search, you put your phone number, your email address, the website that you have. You can even on your website, if you wanted, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later, but there's a link tree. Does anybody know what link tree is? No? No. Okay, I'll show you guys a little bit later. But that's another resource that you can use as well if you wanted to. And then you can put your location. And then here's a service area. So you can literally put Tradition, Florida, and that comes up, and you can put in multiple neighborhoods and cities and regions. So that helps people find you as well. You can put your always open or whatever you want to do with your hours. But for realtors, I always put always open because, you know, we don't sleep. That's fine. And then there's the service changes that they've added because of COVID and such, but you could just put operating as usual. Price range, you probably don't want to go into if you don't want to, but down here at the bottom, other accounts, you can add your Instagram as well so that it's tagged on your page there as well. So, and you can actually add like multiple accounts here. So like you can add all of these social medias to your Facebook so that people can link through to your other like LinkedIn, et cetera, et cetera. So keep that in mind too. And all right, so actually while I'm on this page, so how many of you guys have actually gone through your insights? Do you guys know what insights are? No? Okay, so just so you see, insights on Facebook are so important. And I'm going to show you exactly how it will literally show you exactly how your content performs, exactly who's looking at your content, who are you engaging with, how many people are engaging with every single one of your posts. It gives you so much information, you'll never know what to do with all of it. But it's very valuable because you can see how many people have actually, what you're posting, is it worth it? I think I see all the time that people are posting content, people are paying people to post content on their social media. And it is generic content that like any Joe Schmo can post. And then they don't get any traction on it. And then they're like, well, Facebook doesn't bring me any business. Okay, well, if nobody's interacting with it, nobody's liking it, of course it's not bringing you business. You're not posting what people want to see, and it just looks like any other page that it's not engaging. And so what insights show you is if what you're posting is actually what people want to see, and then you can gauge, okay, people like seeing this, I need to post more of this. On our page, people love seeing Max. We're posting Max all the time, our local office dog, if you don't know him. He just had a calendar launch, so we're posting about that. We have our events, like you see, we're doing our Toys for Tots. So it's not all just closings and everything like that. We're showing how involved we are in the community and such like that, and giving a well-rounded idea of what we are as a company. So when you go to the left-hand side here, you'll see that there's this Insights tab. Now, Facebook, again, is changing all the time. So let's see if it writes. So this page is going to go away soon, but I wanted to show you that because that's the easiest way to get to it. This is like the old version of it, and I'm going to show you the new version in a second. But you can see here that you can see actions of the page, you can see page views, page likes, how many likes you got from the last 7 days. You can make this the last 28 days. You can make this, and you can export this data. It shows you what's organic and what's paid. We pay nothing. I do not spend money on social media at all. It's all organic growth, which is what's powerful, because that's when you know you're actually talking to people and that they're actually engaging with it. That's if you can build up your organic growth, that's what's going to help. You get out there and you're going to notice that you'll get more people talking to you. So like our post reach, it shows you exactly like when and where people are, your post engagement, your videos, your new page followers. It will show you your most recent post and how much reach they had, how many people engaged with it, if they clicked on it, if they looked at the picture, if they commented. It'll show you, there's even a pages to watch that you can use as a realtor, and you can watch other realtors if you wanted, and you can put other realtors pages on here and compare yourself to how they're doing on their page if you wanted to, which is kind of cool. in my opinion. But you can get ideas and content ideas from other realtors too, and seeing like what they're doing and how engaged people are with what they're doing. And I recommend doing that with other realtors in other areas. Because one, if you're engaging with other content of realtors in other areas, like other states, then they might want to refer business to you when they see that you're engaging with our content all the time. But just an idea. And I'm going to bring us to the new insights page because it looks a little nicer, but it's combining Facebook and Instagram. So you can see the amount of people that you've reached, your pages reached, and your Instagram reach right next side by side to one another. And this is where it gets even more down to the nitty gritty here. It's showing you ages and genders. So you can see, okay, these are the age ranges that we're hitting: 25 to 34, men and women, 35 to 44. And then this gives you a better idea of who's engaging with your content. It even shows you the cities that people are in. And this shows you, are you reaching the right areas that you're trying to reach to? Are you trying to target a different area? So like it shows you a lot of Port St. Lucie, Stewart, Palm City. Like this is great. Good. This is good because it's like there's no random people like in different areas that are looking at us. Like we're targeting the right audience because this is where we are located. So the insights can really give a lot of feedback, and it's definitely a lot to get into. And I don't want to overwhelm you with that, but I just wanted you to know that that is there for you, those insights, and that you should use them to your advantage. So when you start to post, if you see that people are engaging with it, see who's engaging with it. See how many people clicked on it. Was it something that like really engaged, if it was something that really attracted a lot of people's attention, post more content like that. And it is a bit of a trial and error, especially as you find out what who you're trying to talk to. So goes right into my, oh, go ahead.
Is there value? I don't post stories. I post posts. Is there a value in having both?
That's a good question, Mary Ellen. Thank you. Yes, there is a value in posting to both, and I'll tell you why. There is the post that you post is what shows up into the feed, the normal feed that you're scrolling through on Facebook. That's where a normal post would show up. Stories are like a snippet into your day. So when we're talking about the types of content that you're posting to every platform, there's like micro platforms within, because there's posting, there's videos, there's stories, and then there's even reels that are coming out on Facebook now, which are like TikToks and such like that. So those are all utilized for different aspects. So if you're making a static post, that's something that's staying there and people are able to engage with more, but it's also, think about it like something that is what's showing up all the time. When someone goes to your Facebook page, they're able to scroll through your feed and see what you've posted. A story disappears in 24 hours, and it's not made for content that's supposed to like stay. It's made for like blips through your day. So you're going to an open house. Like if you're posting like a little video, or maybe a little video of the house, or you walking into the house and you're like, hey guys, I'm just going to this open house for another realtor. I'm checking out these houses in this local new neighborhood, et cetera, or going to a new builder, whatever it might be. You're giving them a glimpse into your day. That's something that people engage with. And it also, I'll show you. Let me pull it up here on my page. So when you go to the top of the screen here of a Facebook page, this is on your phone too. These are for the stories. And whenever you post a new story. So Megan, she just posted this. It always puts the newest one up front to those, like, so if I'm friends with all of you on Facebook, if I post a story right now, if you go and refresh your page, I'll show up right at the front. So that's an opportunity that you can get in front of the people that follow you multiple times a day as you're going along your day. And remember how I said that it's all about in making it time effective for you. When you're posting a story, it can be a very quick thing. It does not have to take you 10 minutes to post a story. You can post a quick video, tell them what you're doing, post it, done. It doesn't live on forever. So it's a great way to, you'll see as you click through other people's stories, you know, that it's just little glimpses of their day. Okay, they're talking about a book. It's weird on the computer because it's better for when, but like people are talking, like these aren't posts that people would be posting just on their regular page. You know what I mean? So that's a great way to engage with people. And there are also ways that you can, let me click on it here. There are also ways that you can add polls to a story. So you can add a poll, you can ask a question, you can like tag other people in the stories and they can share it to their stories. So yes, stories are a great way to like be on the go and like updating people about your day and what you're doing in a organic and authentic way. It's kind of very off the cuff. It's not put together posts, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Does that answer your question fully?
Yeah, I'm an introvert. I don't think people are that interested in my day.
Okay, great. I'm glad you mentioned that, Mary Ellen. So I had someone tell me today, they said, I don't want to annoy people, or, oh, people don't care about your day. You'd be surprised. People think that cat videos are funny and they're going on the internet just looking for cat videos. I mean, people are more interested in things than you think. And people like if you're out at a local restaurant, do you go to local restaurants? Anybody go to local restaurants? Yes.
Mhm. Yes.
If you're trying a new place and you post about that new place, checking it out, and you give like a quick little review, one, I'm sure that local business would love you for that, and you can tag them and they can share it to their page, and they're most likely to. Which one gets you out in front of other people. Two, someone may come across that and be like, oh, Mary Ellen, you went to that. Oh, how was that? And you're starting a conversation with someone. How was the food there? Oh my God, I want to go there. I've posted about Bomboloni before and people are like, oh my God, I've heard so much about great things about that place. I want to go there. And people like get excited about it. Especially I get excited about food. That's just me. But, but so if you're posting things that are about your day, like Mary Ellen, you do yoga every day, don't you? Or almost every day?
Lately I've been working out at the gym more.
Okay. Well, what's your favorite gym? I'm sure people care.
Right.
You'd be surprised. Maybe they're looking to switch gyms and they're like, Mary Ellen, you go to this gym. What do you think about it? But they don't know you go there right now. And that's up to you whether you want to share if you go which gym you go to and such like that. But like, you know what I mean? Just ideas, like things about your day. What's the local coffee shop that you stop out? If you're stopping at a coffee shop on the way, you're going to the Realtors Association, do a quick story about you being at the Realtors Association and you being out there showcasing, oh, I'm mentioning some of my real listings here at the Realtors Association today. One, it shows that you're out there hustling, bustling and whatever, but it also puts a humanized aspect to you. So you'd be surprised how many people are interested in it. Okay? Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Okay.
You never know what could start from it. And I just had someone tell me the other day, I've had people come to me and be like, I know I need to do social media because I've done a little bit of it. And then like, I get people messaging me and they're almost like mad that it worked. They're like, oh, it worked. Darn, now I have to do it again. I keep doing it. So, people do want to see those more humanized sides, and it's easier to see that on a story, like, just you being you about your day, rather than you're not going to post that just to your wall and like let it live on your wall forever. So. Are there any other questions in regards to like stories and such? That's like a whole other thing too that you can go into, because when you create a story, you can make it a video, you can make it a text story, you can make it a photo. It's very easy to do off of your phone, but you want to also do that through your business page too. So it keeps putting up your business page there. So, and tag people. in it. Are there any questions with that before I move on? Okay. All right. So, oh no. Okay. So Mary Ellen mentioned a 10-to-1 rule earlier. That rule is very similar to the rule that I go by, which is the 80-20 rule. And that's 80% lifestyle, 20% business. As I mentioned earlier, people, a lot of times I go on a real estate realtors pages and it's like all about houses. Tell me, who is it that you're trying to talk to? Because when you are putting out this information and this content, if you're posting about open houses and new listings and such like that, that's great and dandy and people want to see that. But when you post about a house, is that who's more likely to comment on if you have a new listing and such? Anybody got an answer?
Other realtors.
Ah, there we go. Other realtors, which is good. You know, hey, you got to work with them and that's great. And you want that feedback. You want that, like, people commenting and engaging with your stuff, doesn't matter who it is, but it's going to catch the attention of other realtors, other people in the industry, and they're going to be the ones engaging with that. So if you're trying to reach out to your clients and you're trying to get new clients of people who aren't in the real estate world, then you need to talk to them in a way that which they're going to be interested in. Again, they're already going to expect you to know how to sell a house and such like that. But what are you doing different? And I had someone ask me the other day, like, what's the secret sauce? Like, I just need to know the secret sauce. And I'm like, it's you. You are the difference. Everyone, I could throw a rock out the window and hit 7 realtors. But what makes them different is that you guys are your own individual people. Marsh, what's your hobby? Tell me your hobby. I feel like I've talked to you so many times. So what?
Jogging. I love to jog, work out regularly, hang out with the kids.
Okay. Diving. That's cool. What are the best spots to dive in town? That's content you could be posting. That's relevant. That's people, when people come to the area from a new area, or maybe they're even coming up from just 40 minutes south or 40 minutes north, and they're coming here. What is there to do? How can they find these spots? What if they're also into diving? I have no idea where to go diving right now. If you asked me, I would not know. I'd get the ocean, like, you know, so things like that is what I think realtors lose a lot of the times, because they're like so focused and they think it's not working. They think of social media as not working, and they're like, oh, well, you know, if I'm having fun with it, then it can't be work. Like, no, that's not true. Like, I had someone the other day who was into gardening, and I'm like, you're into gardening? That's perfect for houses. I kill plants. I don't want to kill plants, but I wish I didn't know. I wish I didn't kill plants. But if you're a realtor, if you're a gardener too, like, you could be doing posts, top 5 things you need to know, and you're buying a new house and you have no landscape. Like, I could use that article right now, or not article, but like that video or that post or whatever. Like top 5 hardest plants to kill. You know, things like that. That's related to real estate and relates to houses, especially because this time and day where people are pouring so much more into their homes, these are aspects that you need to think about. So you need to think about your hobbies. And that's the first question. Whenever I sit down with my clients, I'm like, what do you like to do? And they're like, oh, a lot of them say, they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, that's really sad. We should know what we like to do. Like, we should all have hobbies. They're like, they say their hobby is work. Okay, work is not your hobby. Like, but like, you can enjoy what you do when you're doing real estate, but like, what is it that really brings you to it? Like, what is it different? What is that difference? What is it that is important to you that you can relate to someone? I know that when I say that I travel and I'm a traveler, people connect with me on that. And people are like, oh my God, you're traveling. Oh, what do you want? I have people ask me, oh, we're traveling this. Oh, you do this. Da, 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 da. Like, they want to talk about that. You know, they want to talk about that, but that's connecting them to me. So then we can have a conversation to talk about. In this world, when we're trying to connect with people, especially on social media, but even in person, when you're trying to connect with someone, you're looking for commonality. People are looking for what they have in common with you that they can talk with you about. So whatever it is that you enjoy, there's someone else out there that enjoys it too. And you have to let your personality shine through, and you cannot it doesn't matter. Like people are like, oh, I don't like how I look, or, oh, people don't care about what I say. Who cares? Just post it. Just do it. If they don't like it, they're not going to comment on it. Great. Move along. Just do it. So, think about it like that. Think about what you like. What is your lifestyle? What do you do? Because that's going to be easy to be authentic about. If you can just have a conversation about gardening, diving. Nancy, what's your hobby? What is it?
Boating.
Oh, boating. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Top 5 places to launch your boat from. Restaurants you can eat on from the boat. Or maybe not from the boat, but like, pull your boat up to, you know what I mean? So like things like that, oh my God, people would eat up. Like they need that content. And remember when I said you're creating your content for your page, what are people to expect there? What are this is where your content is living. So if someone says to you like, oh, Nancy, I think you like boating. What is the best place? You can be like, oh, like you can either tell them, or you can be like, oh my God, I just made a post about that. And maybe you can share it with them and be like, hey, like I just made this whole post about like the top 5 places with all the, like, and you can share it with them. So you're saving yourself time too, because you can repurpose that content. So think about it like that. 80-20 rule, lifestyle and business. And when people comment on your stuff, make them feel heard. If you are if you got a quick second, whether you have to do like 10, 15, 20 minutes in the morning and at night, like a couple minutes here and there, like respond to those comments that you're getting, whether it's just like, oh my God, this looks so cool. And be like, yeah, I had a great time. Like you're engaging with them and they know they're going to have a response from you. And you're doing more than the bare minimum. There's a lot of people who get comments on things and they never respond. If you respond to them, then they're gonna be like, oh, wow, they responded. And they get a notification that you've responded to them and you're in front of them yet again. You can ask them questions. There's like people who have asked, like I just went to Guatemala recently or whatever, and I posted about it and someone asked, oh, this looks so cool. Like, oh, it looks so beautiful. And then I was like, oh, like, have you ever been? And they were like, oh, no. And then like, it started this conversation. You can ask questions to people. And you can start conversations with people organically just from what you're posting about. That has nothing, to do with maybe directly into real estate, but it will tie them back into it. People are always watching too. So have you ever been to a fair and you see a huge line for food and all the other ones have no line, right? And then it makes you think, oh, why is everybody lined up at this one? Is that something that I should be eating? And then you're more likely to go and eat at that restaurant, at that food stand, because they have a huge line of people. People are attracted to people. Same thing happens on social media. When your post gets a lot of likes and there's people who are engaging with it and there's a bunch of comments, people see that and they're like, oh, like 20, there's like 30 likes on it. And they're like, there's like 30 comments. And it makes them think, and then they're like, oh, and then it makes them click on it and it makes them look at what's being talked about and like what's the hype about. So if you get 3 comments and you respond to all of them, now you've got 6 comments on your posts. So it makes it look even more enticing. So think about the psychology of all that and what's attracting people to what they're engaging on social media. And finally, with the engaging content is that you don't need to post every single day. I know that a lot of people think that they need to, but you don't have to. If you're posting good content, as long as people are engaging with your content, that's all that matters. If you post every single day and nobody likes your post, you get 2 likes every here and there on your posts, would you rather that? Or would you rather 1 or 2 posts a week getting 20 likes and people commenting? And you don't have to run yourself ragged, because a lot of people think that there's this whole pressure of like posting and such like that. And there's not. You're creating the pressure. So it just make it good, make it engaging. Is it something that you would click on? I see way too often that people post articles on Facebook. When's the last time you guys clicked on an article on Facebook? Can you remember? No, me neither. But what's the number one thing that realtors post on their business page? It's articles. It's literally articles. And I'm like, why are you posting this? Like, it's not that it's not good content. It's not that, like, if you actually read it, great. I'm sure there's great content in there. Here's a thought. go to those articles, go into the article and see what's the main point of that article that like needs to be said, and go make a quick video about it. Go make a quick little like text post or whatever, or maybe like make a little graphic that you can do on Canva and make like the main statement or whatever that will get people's attention over an article. They're not gonna, they know that takes time. And if you can cut down the time for them and you could tell them you can say, hey, I just read this article on Facebook and I wanted to share it with you guys because I thought it was really important. And then you could just go into a quick 2-minute spiel about it. Done. So that's going to be more effective. So just think about, pull yourself out of the, I just need to create content world, and pull yourself out and say, what am I going to engage with? What would I find interesting if I was not in the real estate world? And that's what you should be posting. And that is how you grow organically for free. There's a lot of people who ask me, they're like, oh, how do I do ads on Facebook? And da, 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 da. And there are ways that you can make ads worth it for you, but Facebook is raising the prices of those. It is still very affordable to do ads on Facebook. But why would you spend money if you don't need to? We already spend a lot of money, don't we, on the real estate world? Sponsorships. You guys do a lot with your listings, like all of the money that you have to pour into your listings already with a photographer. You have to get the, all of the different aspects that go into that, like your other ad costs. Like there's a lot of money that goes into it. So it's like, if you don't have to pay for one more thing, like why not? If you just put the time and energy into building it up, it will continually work for you. And organically, you're going to get more response anyways than if you were to be paying for random people to look at it to hopefully get across to someone. And that's if you are actually, you're paying to get in front of new people that you don't even know if you're going to actually engage, which is always an opportunity. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying that you have to completely exit, but it's just not the number one thing, in my opinion, as from a real estate point of view, and you guys as a realtor, that you guys should be focusing on. And I mentioned this earlier about what would you be engaging with and post wise and such. So there are some aspects with the posting your listings and such, but I can't, I had a couple of people that had wanted me to go over ads today, but ads are it's a whole nother thing. There's so much that goes into ads. It's a whole nother class. And maybe we can do that in the future, but just know that there's a lot organically that you can do on Facebook. And that's what I wanted to show you guys today. So the do's and don'ts, some common do's and don'ts, and we've kind of talked about this as I've gone through, but post content related to the audience that you're attracting, so that you want to attract. Think about your clientele right now. Who have you served in the last year? What were their common questions that they've asked? Like what do they need to know? And then you can make posts about that. That's what you should be trying, or even just like I was saying, the boating or the diving, those aspects. Post about your local community events and involvement. If you're ever at an event, I see that a lot of times people get into an event, like they do an event or whatever, and they post their personal page. That's fine. You can post your personal page if you want, but share that on your business page too. If you're out in the community representing if there's a Habitat for Humanity golf course or golf tournament that happens every year at MCRTC and you go to it, take pictures. If you're already taking pictures, post that you're out in the community doing things, because that also reflects onto you what you're doing in your community and how you're being involved, right? So use those aspects whenever you're out and about. If you're going to, dancing in the streets doesn't happen anymore, but if it did, you know what I mean? These are local things that people need to know about, and you again can use as a content source. Tag other businesses whenever you can, because it gives another opportunity for your post on Facebook to reach a different audience, but also gives them an opportunity to engage with your page and share your content, etc. So if you're ever at a restaurant or you're at an event and the event even has an event name or whatever it might be, or you're sponsoring something, tag the event, tag the business, which is just post it. If you just do the @ symbol and then you start typing out the name of the page that you want to do, that's when it pops up and you click on it and it auto populates it, and then it becomes a direct link to them from your page. So that's also them engaging with your content, and you can track that in your insights. So think about that when you're going around town. There's so many ways you can go about it, but like shouting out your favorite local spots is a great one, tagging them on it. And then, you never know what can come from that as well. What not to do. Don't post the generic content we were talking about that all realtors can post. If it doesn't have your face on it or whatever it might be, like you're less likely to engage from. How many times do you scroll down Facebook and you're like looking at a post and you're like, oh, this is an interesting post. And then what do? You go back and you're like, who posted this? And you're trying to see who it is to relate to who it is that is posting what they're talking about, whatever's engaged you. So like your face could even stop them and be like, oh, Marsh posted something today again. I want to see what he posted or whatever. So if it's like a still picture or something, have it branded at the bottom. If you're posting just listed and such like that, you can post those. Make sure your headshot is on there with your branding and your name and like your phone number and stuff like that. Brand it. Make them see your face all the time. It's part of your brand. Don't do posts just about real estate. And don't pay for someone to blindly post on your social media. I see so many realtors do this. And I get it. I know we're all busy. I know that we live in a very busy world, especially now because of the pandemic. But when you pay for someone to post on your social media, especially if it's just these companies, that's like $200 a month or whatever it is that you're spending. Maybe it's even less than that, or maybe it's more than that. I've heard some astronomical costs that people are paying, and they're posting generic content on there that nobody's engaging with. What is the point of posting if nobody is engaging with it? There is no point. So save your money there. I see so many people that you're just going to waste your money. So if you can just put a little bit of time into it, or if you're going to use a social media coach or whatever it might be, that's going to help you brand yourself, that's one thing. But when you're talking, and I've talked to realtors about this, where they were paying someone to do it and they were like, well, it doesn't even sound like it would come from me. So that's a problem. If it doesn't sound like it's coming from you, how are you supposed to connect with the people that you're supposed to connect with, right? How are you supposed to connect with the right person if when they read something, it doesn't sound like it's coming from you? Then that's being inauthentic, isn't it? So you have to show that authenticity of yourself, and you have to make sure that comes across. It's just like when you're texting someone, you know the texting styles or the email styles of people, like that there's inflection there. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at, I know that we're all busy and such like that, but it's good to keep in mind that authentic part you want to keep alive. This is another really big thing too, with the way that you should be posting. So when you're doing live videos on Facebook, you're going to be holding your phone vertical. And if you hold it sideways, it's going to like be sideways on here, and it's not going to make any sense. You want to also be vertical when you're doing stories and reels. If you're doing those stories that Mary Ellen was talking about, make sure that all your stories or all your videos, or if you're capturing you can also use old photos that you already have. Like if you have content on your phone already, or videos, like use the ones that are vertical. It will look better and it will fill the whole screen, and you can add text and such to it. If you're posting pre-recorded videos, the best way to do it is on horizontal. So it'll show the whole video if you're doing it horizontal that way. So that is one reason for it to be horizontal, as well as photos. So I see when people post the photos, and Facebook's getting better at this, because like Facebook and Instagram have this weird thing with their whole like dimensions. I don't know if you've seen, like you post something big and that cuts it down, right? So you want to be conscious of that if you're posting like things that have important information on them. The size of the photo for Facebook recommendation is the 940 pixels by 788. If you're on Canva, it'll automatically do that sizing for you if you say Facebook post. So you want to keep it kind of looks like a square. It's pretty, you can actually just do a square too, and that will like look good too. So keep those in mind when you're posting content or things that have content on them, so that you don't cut off anything of what you're trying to say. So other ways that you can get out on Facebook is Mary Ellen had mentioned some of the groups that she's in. Those are great to be a part of. If you're not, now that we've talked about the whole hobbies being a big part of what we do as industry professionals, is that you, like Marsh, I don't know if you're a part of any diving groups locally on Facebook, but if not, that's an opportunity. Nancy, boating groups and such, like maybe there's boating groups, there's definitely boating groups on Facebook here in the local area, like Stuart Boaters, I'm sure is a thing. So, think about those aspects and engaging with those people, because if you join those sub communities, there's going to be less, what's it called? My brain is farting. There's going to be less competition, like less realtors are going to be in those dynamic groups, because again, what makes you different is you. So think about the ones for your communities too. Like I'm sure you guys have already probably thought of those, but if in case you haven't, the ones for your communities, if you live in Martin Downs, I'm pretty sure they have a private Facebook page and such like that, and sharing content with them that they might find valuable. If you're posting about the top 5 places to go boating, I'm sure when boaters are coming to Stuart, they're looking for that content. And if you're posting it into the boaters group or whatever, the top 5 places that you like, people will engage with that. So just another way to get yourself out there if you're posting valuable stuff, not just about houses. You can collaborate with others. You can do like videos with other people, and that's a great way to engage with other profiles and like get other people to share it. So when you're doing live videos and such, which I'm going to talk about in a second, that is an aspect you want to keep in mind. Inviting all of your friends to your page. So how have you guys all invited your friends to your business pages? I see people like don't always do this, or they like pick and choose who they're inviting to their page. But has anyone actually done that so far?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can go to your phone, which is the easiest way. Because if you go to your phone and you go to your business Facebook page from your phone, if you scroll down, there will be this thing that says invite friends. And you click on that button, and then it will show, you have 1,000 friends, or however many friends that haven't been invited. And then there's just a select all and then invite all, and boom, done. 3 seconds. And I've done this with realtors where like literally overnight they get 200 likes on their page. So if people don't know you're a realtor, like if they're friends with you on Facebook, whether they're Joe Schmo or another realtor, they should like your page. Invite them. Be shameless. Who cares? If they're not interested, they won't like it. Doesn't matter. Sure. So, and then encourage reviews from your past clients. So if you are posting reviews on, I'm going to show you actually really quick. Actually, I'm going to show you something pretty cool. Okay, so our hashtag is aim with arrow. So I'm going to put in the Google search bar, hashtag aim with arrow, and I want you to see what comes up. So all of our videos pop up, our Facebook, our YouTube, some pictures, all of these pictures of us. And this is because I include this in all of our like Facebook, Instagram posts and such like that. And it also connects you to our company page. So there's just the power of a hashtag for Google really quick. I just wanted to like throw that in there, but that's also a way to brand yourself as well. But what was that? Okay, I just lost my thing or whatever I was doing. So Google page. Okay, so you see here your Google My Listing, which if you don't have a Google My Listing, you should have a Google My Listing. Okay, get a Google My Listing for you, your name, and you're a realtor. And then you can connect that, and with you see we have 26 Google reviews, right? And then, we have our just all this information, but then look, reviews from the web. Look what pops up. Facebook. Connected right there. And that shows you can see all the reviews. So it also shows those reviews on Google. It pulls it from your Facebook page. So that's another great aspect of building that trust with people. So, and it's easy to kind of get those Facebook reviews and such from people. So just ask your past clients and such, and, get a few on there. Google reviews are great too, if you can get them to do Google reviews. But sometimes it's easier to do it on Facebook and such like that. So keep that in mind. Send out an email. So I briefly mentioned this earlier, and I'm going to wrap this up because I know we're pretty much at the end here. We're got a little bit over that restructuring how you post. So I mentioned this earlier, but I want to hone it in because it is so important. And people, this is one of the most common questions I get asked all the time, is people are asking me if they should be posting on their business page and then sharing it, or sharing on their personal page and then posting it onto their business page. You want your content on your business page to be original, that you want that to be the first point of where that content goes. If you've ever seen, you can kind of follow the trail of posts on Facebook, but you want the original content to be posted on your business page. So you are going to create a post on your business page, and then you are going to caption that whatever content that you're posting. Your first line should be like a hook, like something that is going to get people to like stop and read it. Like, oh, like for instance, like attention, Stuart, Florida, or you can say like, did you know that, like, if you're talking about top 5 boating tips or whatever, did you know these spots, like whatever, like those types of hooks that's going to engage people to read further. And then ask questions, like post, don't just post like 3 or 4 words in there. Make your caption something that's of value to people and relist. You can relist like the 5 places in there. Maybe if they have, maybe if you're talking about local coffee shops or whatever, let's say you say top 5 local coffee shops. You can be like, what's your favorite local coffee shop in town? And then you can also post your 5 top favorites, and you can tag their pages. So they see they've made it onto this list of yours of the top 5 places, right? And they're also tagged so that people can click through and go to their page, but then they're also getting a notification that you've tagged them, and they might share that post too. Be like, oh, look, like this is like we're being thought of here. So try and engage people with questions that they would hopefully go into the comments and ask you questions and engage with you again to build up that traction. And then you can share that post onto your personal page. And I want you to think about, who are you talking to when you're posting on your business page? You're talking to anybody, right? You're talking to your audience of who you're talking to, but you're also potentially talking to anybody in the world, right? When you're posting it to your personal page, think of first of all, the caption for your original post is going to be there from your business page. So just keep that in mind. That'll be also there at the bottom. But then some people I've seen, they just share things blindly and then they don't post or comment anything on it. You always want to put a caption because you're talking to people. Again, if you see a post from someone, you start to pay attention to what the trends you do. You'll go to the caption and be like, oh, who posted this? Oh, what's this caption say? Like you see what it is, what makes you stop in your feed. And then you go up and you look at the caption and see if it engages you to read, right? So now when you're posting it to your personal page, you want to then talk to them like they're your friends. They are your friends, right? You know, these are people that you're acquainted with. So there's you talking as a realtor to everyone, which is just general. And then there's the more warm and fuzzy you that is talking to your friends. Like, hey guys, look, I just posted about my top 5 places in town. Like, do you also love these places too? And you can engage with them there too. And that's like, those are 2 different audiences that you're talking to. And that's why it's so important to have them separate, because those are 2 different two different complete audiences, but you're talking to them in 2 different ways. And you want to be talked to like, it's like you're having a conversation with someone. So keep that in mind when you're posting. So post your business page and then to your personal page. Make sure you do captions for both. Make sure that they're engaging both those audiences properly. And then the Facebook Live, you can literally just do a Facebook Live from your phone, literally anywhere you are. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of messing up. If you mess up, it makes you look human. It's fine. I promise you, nobody is looking at the hair that's messed up or whatever. They really aren't. Take them along with you. There are also collaborative ways, like maybe if you're going to edit, like maybe you're going to go to an HOA community and you're going to talk to the golf course there or whatever it might be, or maybe you can go to a boaters club and maybe you can like have these conversations with these people and interview them or whatever it might be, or just do a little quick synopsis video about it. Live video is great because it's time efficient, because guess what? It's done. You've done it. Whatever you've said, it's out there. There is no editing, which editing is a pain. Editing can be really great. I do video editing, but it is so time consuming. And I love live video because it's like, I could just get it out there, be done with it, and it's posted and we're good. And there are ways to make it more professional if you want to do like market updates broken down. Like, you know how we all get those stats from MCRTC, right? So like, what if, don't just post those stats. I mean, you can, but like when you think of someone who's not in real estate and they look at those stats, they're looking at it like it's a bunch of jump. They're like, well, what does all these numbers mean? Break it down. Take one of those statistics and break it down as the months on the left on the market, or 2 months or 1 month supply, I think right now. Explain that. What does that mean? Do that once a week or something, or every other week, and break it down for people what those numbers are talking about and how they're affecting our market right now and what people can expect. And that will engage people. Then you can do like household tips. You can do buyer frequently asked questions from buyers. You can also, for on the go ideas, like if you're doing live videos on the go, you can show off local neighborhoods that you live in, or maybe neighborhoods that are hot topic areas or whatever it might be, and why. Like Rocky Point, great area. You know, what is the big draw to there? It being close to downtown Port Salerno, it being close to the river, and all these different aspects. You can do quick little live videos. You can talk about your local beaches. Like you can go to a local beach and be like, hey, this is one of my favorite spots, and do a quick video. You can go to local restaurants, golf courses. You can go to different clothing stores if you wanted to. Like you can go to different housing stores. The best places to get Christmas decorations at this time, like relevant content, or gardening, whatever it might be. So these are all like different aspects that you can pull into a live video. You can do sit down, or you can do out and about. And has anyone ever heard of StreamYard or no? StreamYard is a great platform that you can post live to YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn all at the same time if you wanted to. And if you've ever seen, has anyone ever seen our Facebook, our Market Update Mondays on our Facebook page before? No. If you go to our Facebook page, or if you go to our YouTube channel, you'll see that we have all of these live videos where we have guests come on, like we have local realtors, we have local lenders come on, and we talk about the market. And we do it through StreamYard, and it's really is a great platform to use. So I can actually show you. And this is a great video to watch on our YouTube channel. It's called How to Overcome the Fear of Video. So watch that. It's only 7 minutes long. It's a great video. You'll laugh, I promise. Oh. So here you'll see we have these Market Update Mondays, right? I'm just showing you really quick so you can see like what the platform looks like when it's playing. But we have, you know, different people on here, and it makes it look professional, and it just streams it for you, and you're able to pull up questions if you want, like you here see at the bottom, we have our ask questions. We can pull up different things. I'm trying to see if there's a spot, but you can share your screen and all that. So just an idea. So check out StreamYard. And then the other thing that I had on here was, if you're looking for content ideas, look up answerthepublic.com. Answerthepublic.com is this website, and you can literally discover what people are asking about. So this takes all the information from the internet and sees what people are actually Googling right now. So if you look up real estate and you just search real estate, it shows you the main topic, real estate. It shows you can, why, are, all these, which real estate company is best. Whoop. Which real estate agency to join. Like, so will real estate prices go down in 2022? These are all things that people are searching about right now. These are all topic ideas. So these give you, these are like prepositions, like real estate with a rebate, real estate with no money down. And so it breaks it down. Comparisons, whether you want to do real estate versus gold, real estate versus the stock market. These are all topic ideas that you can use. So it's a great resource to use. You can literally put in anything. You could put in puppies if you wanted and see what people are searching about with puppies. So maybe diving or whatever it might be. So use this source. It's free, answerthepublic.com. Okay. Canva, please tell me all are on Canva. Yes. Yes. No, don't break my heart.
Yeah.
Are you working on it, Marsh? I know I've told you before, Marsh.
I know. Not yet, but I have looked into it though.
Okay. I do have a video about how to use Canva on our YouTube channel. So make sure you check that out as well. It is, I'm telling you, it saves so much time. And it's like what's it called? A Photoshop for dummies. It's just so amazing. I use it every 17 times a day, I swear. Like, it's so good. You can search photo sizes, you can do templates, it can literally like create, I'll show you 2 seconds, one quick thing, just so you can see. I can literally look up canva.com. I can search real estate. And all these content aspects for real estate will pop up. Look at these. These are templates that you can use. Look at all those. And you can change out everything in all these templates. You can change out the picture, you can change out the words, everything. Everything is editable. So it's a great platform to use. Trust me, you want it. I promise. It's good. Linktree, last thing. Linktree is a great platform that is free. There's a paid version. There's a paid version of everything, but here's a free version of it. This is Arrow Titles. We have one. So you can, it shows our website, YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can put anything you want here. You can link anything you want. You can do a market research, whatever. You can do like a top 10 tips or whatever, and you can redirect it to any website, whether it's a link on your website or anything. So you get to control what shows up here. And it's a great way to kind of filter people into like, hey, these are all the resources that I have, like whether it's, you know, you talking about the 10 voter communities, or you talking about your getting to your website, getting to your YouTube channel, getting to your Facebook, your Instagram, connecting with you. This is a great aspect to use. Especially because of like Instagram only has one link that you can put in there. So it's a great aspect to be able to filter people through to all of your aspects and see where they want to connect with you from. So if I click on this, it brings us straight to our Facebook page. So just like a landing page that is free that you can utilize. And then yeah, so I kind of did some Facebook feedback and such. I know we're over in time, but if you guys ever need any more help, I do one-on-ones. I'm welcome to sit with you, get coffee, whatever, and we can talk about specifically for you a vision of social media for you. That's what I do for my clients. That's what it's free. You guys can get that benefit. I want to make sure that I help you guys, because I can talk very generally here, but like when I ask Marsh what you like and Nancy what you like, I can come up with ideas out the yin yang, but it's like it has to be specific to you because there's only so much general information that we can go over. So this replay will be available on YouTube. And then does anybody have any questions that I can answer? Oh, I'll go back to this so you guys can see my contact information on there. But is there any other questions that you guys have before we end it all? And is there anything that kind of went over your head that I should we go back up on? Did you have fun? Me talking for an hour and a half.
Great, a lot of information.
Really helpful.
Good.
Very helpful.
I'm glad that it's helpful. That's what I like to hear. I know it's a lot of information, and usually when people are done talking to me, their head's swimming. And I try not to do that, but it's like so much information. Like, could you imagine if I went over Facebook ads too? I was like, oh my God, I can't do that. It's too much. And I know that just wherever you have to get started, whether it's one post out every other week or one post a week, don't feel like you need to do everything all at once. If you have to get started somewhere, Facebook is definitely the first place you should get started. Then Instagram, Facebook and Instagram. I know there's like a bajillion, there's TikTok, there's LinkedIn, there's all these different things. Don't get all over consumed with it. Like Facebook and Instagram, you can get a lot from right now. Build those up, get comfortable with those, and then you can add on from there. So.
One quick question before you go. Hashtags, helpful,
Yes.
Useful?
Yes. Hashtags are a way, well, and it actually depends on what platform you're talking about. So when it comes to Facebook isn't really a place like where you put like 30 hashtags. Like whenever you see people with like 30 hashtags in their Facebook post, you're like, what are you doing? It's, they're trying to make it more hashtag friendly, but hashtags are really created for Instagram. And there's a whole reason for that. I go into that with our, Instagram class, but it is a way of connecting. So for instance, on Facebook, you can use like 1 or 2 hashtags like relevant to your post. So we always do hashtag aim with arrow, and like we did Toys for Tots, right? So we're doing the Toys for Tots drive right now. And that is like, so I'll put hashtag Toys for Tots 2021. So those are relevant to what it's doing. And one, like you saw, I just did the Google search and it's like hashtag aim with arrow, and it pulls up all of our stuff that I've tagged on the internet with hashtag aim with arrow. So you see that it can be a source of connecting people. And if you have a branded hashtag that's catchy or whatever it might be, it can work for you. It's a better way on Instagram to be able to connect with people that you would otherwise never be in front of. It's hard to explain without going into a whole explanation of it. That would be a long answer that it would probably be too much. I would have to show you it. So I can show you it. Like if I showed you like exactly, like there are hashtag feeds that things go into. And those feeds are where you have the potential to be able to be seen by other people. And it is a very organic way of getting in front of other people. So yeah, do not discount hashtags. They do matter. Facebook is trying to implement them more. If you can come up with a branded hashtag, that's always good. But they're different on every platform and used for different aspects on every platform.
Okay.
I hope that answers your question. I don't know. Hold on one second. I will end this recording so that we're not putting on this here stuff.